Okay, it's been a minute, but as you can see, I look tired AF, and there's a reason why I haven't been posting. Basically, all because of this. So all because I had this one bright idea for this video. I ended up having to renovate my whole room, the whole floor. Anyway, before we go to story time, let me show you the video that started this whole mess, and I'll catch you once I've cleaned up. So the idea was to create a painting that reflected who I am as a person. And a color that represents me is red. It's always been my favorite color, and warm colors just speak to me. It's a color full of passion, strength, and energy, which is something I want to feel when I look at the painting. I wanted something very minimal but artsy at the same time, so I was very inspired by Brothco. Honestly, after I was done with one, I decided to go for another painting, but this time blue. Blue is this just really calming color that kind of contradicts or contrasts the red. So I want to hang this up whenever I'm kind of feeling a bit more calm or just needed some peace in my life. And it was at this point where I knew I messed up. There was just paint all over the room, on my bed sheets, on my bed frame, on the carpet, and even on the walls, because this painting wasn't even fully dry before I decided to hang it up. But I thought all was good. Alright, cool. We are back. But yeah, sorry I've been kind of away for like last week and a bit, away from content. But basically that one video idea was like one of the most costly for time and money video ideas I've ever done. Just because it was a bunch of bad ideas just adding up. Like these 3 bad ideas that messed me up and literally took me out from doing content for a good week and a bit. So bad idea number 1 was doing that painting in my room. So first of all, my room is the attic room and it's covered in carpet. And for some reason I thought I'd be able to paint cleanly and not get any in the carpet, which of course I was wrong about, clearly. But yeah, there was just so many paint spots around. I could have lived with it, but because it was like bright red and blue, I just couldn't. You know me, I like the space. This is like the studio. I like the aesthetic, and yeah, so that was bad idea number 1, which led to bad idea number 2 was using paint stripper. So I was looking for paint stripper and I found this thing called like white spirit, which was this like solvent that supposedly removes paint, and I've never used it before. I thought it was kind of like rubbing alcohol where it smells a bit and it just kind of dissipates, but white spirit is very, very strong. So what I did was I was actually pouring like this 500 milliliter bottle of white spirit into the carpet around the room, not knowing that the carpet was going to soak that up. First of all, it didn't even remove that paint that nicely. Like there was still a lot of like paint on the carpet. But yeah, I never knew how toxic the fumes were. So for a good like 3 to 4 days, my room was just stinking of this like very solvent paint stripper smell, and I was honestly getting headaches for it. I couldn't sleep either through just because the smell was bad, or for anxiety because I was like, dude, am I gonna die from like these toxic fumes? So yeah, that was like 4 days of that. I had like the windows open and everything. I tried every fix that I could find on Google. So from like baking soda to just like trying to dissolve it with water, and it didn't work. I had the windows open and that was getting me ill. I ended up getting a cold because the windows were open. I didn't have the heater on. But yeah, it was like honestly a nightmare. And that ended up leading to like the bad idea number 3, which was full-on renovation and removing the carpet. So initially I was just gonna cut out parts of the carpet and kind of like patchwork new carpet in, but next thing you know it, the whole carpet in my room was gone, and I kind of got carried away. So it was left with like exposed boarding, and that's when I hate how spontaneous I am. I decided to just go do a full-on floor renovation that day. So I got these nice wooden floors from my local building shop, whatever you call it. And I thought, yep, I'm gonna do this all by myself, no help, with a handsaw. So what I never realized was to cut these pieces of wood, there's actual wood cutters or like plank, like automatic. It's like automatic saws. But for some reason, I thought, oh yeah, I could just use this hand saw. So here I was in my room, just hand sawing away these like parts of the plank. Some of them were just so tedious, and like my hands were destroyed by the end of it. And it took me around like 5 to 6 minutes per plank that I was cutting. So that took a good while. And what I never knew was like just carrying and moving around like everything in my room and cutting these pieces of wood, it was gonna take so much energy away from me. So that clip at the start of that video was when I just about finished kind of like the final pieces of wood, and I thought, yes, I'm gonna go shower, clean up, and then record this video that I'm doing now. But I ended up just falling asleep. Like my bed wasn't even made and I just like knocked out, and that was 3 days ago. So I've been knocking out everywhere for like the past 3 days. I honestly had no energy left in me, and yeah, that's pretty much why I haven't been making content on the regular like I have been. Like that one dumb video idea for a reel took me out for like a good week and a half. But yeah, I feel like I'm good now. I'm re-energized. I'm gonna be off for like the next 4 or 5 days just from holiday, so I'm gonna pump out the content then. But the silver lining is we finally got rid of that ugly carpet. We got some nice new wood. It fits so much more into the aesthetic of the room, and you know how I love that. Like this is our studio space, so I take good care and pride on like how it looks, because I gotta make sure it looks good for the video, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna do a full-on bedroom / studio tour, and then I'm gonna do a gear tour video. But yeah, lesson learned. So for stuff like this, I need to carefully plan stuff out, because otherwise it's gonna end up being a disaster. It just costs me so much time and money. But that's a problem now solved. So anyway, we are back. Thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for keeping motivated. And videos are gonna be back. 50-day challenge is back on. It was gonna end on Christmas Day. I was gonna do a couple like double or triple day uploads to catch up, but that is like way too much. So it's actually fittingly gonna end on New Year's Eve, ready for the new year, because I do have a lot of like kind of like year roundup and like kind of larger ideas for the new year, or before the new year. So it's very fitting that the 50-day challenge would kind of like end this part of the year, this season, and then we're gonna start again with weekly videos, the minimum weekly videos next year. But yeah, I haven't said this in a week or so, but see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Woo!